Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Malignant, and this movie is directed by James Wan, and it came out in 2021, and I had a really great time watching this movie, and I was surprised as to how much I enjoyed it. I think this is probably his best movie since Saw, maybe a little bit better. I'll have to rewatch the first Saw, but I just had so much fun while watching this movie, and one thing that really stood out to me in this film was pacing. I felt as though it was a really well-paced movie, and there wasn't any fat, really, for the most part. I felt the movie was consistently moving, and I liked the tone that it was going for. And at first, it's kind of odd because with the music and the way things are presented, it feels like a few different things are going on at once. But this movie is trying to be a few different things at once. Like, it's trying to be a murder, mystery, thriller, horror movie. It's also very bloody at times. Like, it's almost like a slasher at points. And the death scenes in this movie are very bloody. And the last half hour is like one of the most over-the-top, just like fun stuff that I've seen in like a horror movie, if you even want to classify this movie as a horror movie, which I do. But it's also a few different things as well, and there's plenty of like cheesy fun gore in it, and this movie just really sells me what I want in that last 30 minutes without spoiling anything, and it gets pretty crazy and it takes some directions you're not expecting, and it catches you off guard, and sure, you can figure out basically what the movie is going to be revealed as, but once you actually get to that, it was like, oh, that's a different take on this type of story. It's interesting and unique. Like, I wasn't expecting that. And I like the music, although they did kind of overuse it one too many times. But it is kind of going for a couple different things. It didn't just go for like generic horror movie music. It actually had something that I can remember, and it was memorable at the very least. And the movie is also very well shot. There are parts that look really interesting visually, and lots of very smooth camera movements, and that's what James Wan is known for at this point, and it really shines in this film, and I think it really works. There were also some really good sequences. Like I said, love the last 30 minutes, and there was also a pretty good chase scene in the middle of this movie, and that was fun. And I liked the actual villain of the movie. I thought that was a good portrayal of that character. I liked the character movements, and you might be thinking at first that the character is moving kind of weird, but that's done intentionally to make it scarier, and that I liked. There are also like tiny little details sprinkled in the film that I feel makes it just a little bit better for me. And there were some like things towards the beginning I was like, really, why do we need this? But thinking about it, it makes sense why it was there. And I thought the acting in this movie was good, and I'm not really super familiar with most of the actors in this film, but no one stood out to me as like horrible. And the only one I recognized was Zoe Bell from Death Proof and The Hateful Eight, and she was also the stunt woman in Kill Bill, Uma Thurman's stunt double. And when she showed up, it was like, oh, Zoe Bell's in it. That's kind of cool. And to get into negatives, I felt some of the drama was kind of handled poorly. Like, I was thinking to myself, do we really need this? Not really. And there were some editing choices that I felt were kind of odd. Like, there were a few too many cuts in one specific scene, and there was also a shot where it was like artificially slowed down using less frames. Like that whole thing that was done in like the early 2000s. I was like, really? Did we need that? But I don't really have any other issues with it. It was a very fun movie, and it has a very satisfying conclusion, and sold me what I wanted there. And there are parts of it that I do find genuinely scary, and I like how things are presented, and it's a movie that just overall works, and I would love to see this movie again. So check this movie out whenever you get the chance, and with all that being said, I'm going to give Malignant a 7 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below you thought of Malignant, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Neighbors. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.